Hi everyone, Rene Bastarache here with the American School of Hypnosis, and today I'd like to discuss with you a very interesting topic. Andre submitted a YouTube comment saying this: I'm in a war with myself, the desire to help people help themselves, and the need to make an income. Well, Andre, I have the answer that will end your struggle. I actually hear the same complaint from quite a few graduates and students. There's the misconception that if you charge people, you can't help as many people as you like. The more that you charge, the less people they think that you can help. Or if you do it for free or volunteer your services, you'll be helping so many more people who need it. Well, that's not true, okay? And here's why. If you do something for nothing, it's usually perceived as being worth nothing. If you give somebody something and they don't really, desire it or appreciate it, or, they're not working for it, it just doesn't seem to hold the value as if they do. And because of that, this is what I always teach my students when it comes to this topic. Never, never, never do a session for nothing. Either charge them whatever your fee is, or you can barter with them, or you can trade with them, or I don't care if you have them make dinner for you every night for the next week, but not for free. There's a thing called the triangle of success, and I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. Okay, what you see now is a triangle. Now, all three parts of this triangle need to be fulfilled in order to have a successful session. If one part is missing, one corner, it's gonna fall down. Here's the way it works. The first, or I guess you could say the top part of the triangle, is desire. Your client needs to have a desire to do whatever it is they want to do. Let's say they want to quit smoking. There needs to be a desire to quit smoking. So their want to has to be strong. So if you look at it on a scale of, let's say, 1 to 10, where's your want to? Where's your desire? If it's a 1, you could really care less. But if it's a 10, that means this is a driving force. There's nothing more I want more than this. But on a scale of 1 to 10, where is it? Is it a 10 or is it a 7? If it's a 7 and above, okay, you can try to speak to the client to make sure it's a little higher. But if it's if it's below 7, there's not really a strong enough desire. So if they want to quit smoking, I want to quit because my mother wants me to quit, my kids don't like it, my brother, if it's for somebody else, they're probably not going to quit because they've developed a habit for many years. But if they want to do it because of their health, they want to see their grandchildren grow up, but see, that's from them. They've been told by a doctor they have 6 months left to live, and they want to stretch that out a little bit. Okay, now there's a strong desire. So the top part is, what is your want to on a scale of, let's say, 1 to 10. Now, the bottom left will be their belief. When I say belief, what's their belief in? Can they quit smoking? First of all, do they believe they can quit? Now, belief, we call that the buying in principle. If, let's say, you came to see me and you wanted to run a marathon, well, can you run to your mailbox and back at the end of the driveway? If you can't do that, then running a marathon probably is, out of your reach. You just can't buy in. You can't see it. But you can probably do it in stages. So what's your belief? Do you believe that you can have it done or that it can be done? And secondly, this is a two-part belief question. Do you believe the practitioner you're coming to see can do it? Now, this is where you come in. If the client comes into you and you're not showing confidence, well, I think I can kind of help you to quit smoking. I almost did it with a guy, about a week ago, but, if I had done this different, it would have worked. Okay, they just lost their confidence in you. They don't believe you can do it. But when they come in, I used to like to say things like, do you have your cigarettes with you? And they'll go, yeah, right here. Well, give them to me and throw them in the trash can. You'll never need them again. Okay, you came in here to quit smoking. You're done as of right now. You'll never smoke again. So you need that confidence. If they say, well, I left them out in the car, I tell them to go out in the car and get them before we start, because they're not going to need them. They came here to quit, not to kind of sort of quit, but to quit. So the confidence of the practitioner is very important. Your demeanor, the way you look, the way you dress, be professional and believe in what you're doing, that you can do it. And the third part of the triangle, that's where the dollar signs come in, okay, is compensation. What are you willing to commit in your life to change? Okay, cash, like I said, even bartering if you have to. How will they inconvenience themselves to change? Because remember, we're looking for change in the client and not same in the client. Because if you don't do anything different, you're going to always stay the same or the way you were before. So change is inconvenience. Same is comfortable. So to come up to somebody and say, okay, I'm going to hypnotize you for nothing. Everything stays the same for them. Why should they change? You'll just come back and do it again next week if they don't quit. You see what I mean? So you're looking for a change. What are they willing to commit? Are they willing to commit $10? Are they willing to commit $100? Okay? Think of it. If you had a pack of cigarettes in your pocket and you came to see me to quit, and I charged you $10, you walk out, maybe the next day you have a craving, because you're going to still have cravings occasionally. Okay, it's not a magic spell. It's strong suggestion. That's what hypnosis is. It's the biggest help you've ever had, but you still need to give it 100%. So the second day you have that craving and you go, it's only $10, and you smoke a cigarette, because you figure you'll just pay another $10 and do it next week. But if I charged you $150 and the next day you have a craving, you go reach for a cigarette and you look at it and you go, oh, that's $150. I'm going to try a little harder. You see the commitment? They're going to try harder because they don't want to throw their hard-earned money away. So let's talk a little bit more about the mentality of payments. I want to talk to you about when Raluca first began doing hypnosis sessions. Actually, when we both first began. Now, before Raluca and I together, I was still doing sessions, and way back then, we're talking years ago, okay, I was charging about $60 a session. Now, $60 was the going rate, what everybody else in town was doing. The problem is with $60, it was kind of on the lower end of the spectrum, because I had the mentality, if I charge low, I'll get a lot more business. But the problem is people would come in and they go, oh, $60. They complain about the money, even though it was so cheap. And I don't know, I had to spend half my time in the session convincing them why they wanted to quit. So they're only paying $60, and their commitment of 1 to 10 was probably at about a 3. And afterwards, they call the next day, and I don't know if it really worked, and I just started smoking. So the commitment really wasn't there. And a lot of people were canceling their appointments and not showing up, and it was like, it was a nightmare. So what did I do? Actually, when Raluca and I got together, we were charging the same amount for sessions, so she started charging $125. Okay, so we both went to $125. So $125 a session. More people were showing up. We had less cancellations. We had less people complaining about it. There seemed to be a lot more commitment. People were coming in and they weren't whining as much, but we still had, that's kind of a lot of money. And, and we still had some people, let's say, trying, the next day, it didn't work for me and I started smoking again. So you see, the commitment was there, but still kind of And then we moved to Philadelphia. Okay, we're still charging $125, but again, you need to be happy with what we're doing. And we just, she come up to me one day, she goes, I just don't have the excitement. I just don't feel it. So I said, well, what would it take for you to feel it? She goes, well, I want to make more money. I said, okay, where do you think it should go? Let's do $200 a session. So she brought her rates up to $200 a session. Now, again, the mentality. She was getting less sessions. Yeah, you're going to probably cut down on the amount of people that can afford it. But the people that came to see her, okay, were, number one, they were a different quality or a different lifestyle of people. Instead of having the, everyday mom and pop, she was getting a lot of lawyers and doctors. She even had a circuit judge coming over. He'd actually change out of his robe right in the office, okay? But the thing is, these people were committed. They paid $200, and many of them would give her a $50 tip afterwards. You see the idea, the more you pay for something, the more you think it's worth it. Another example is if you look at 3 hypnotists in the yellow pages, you're going to see one to quit smoking. One charges 10, one charges 50, one charges 150. What are you going to think? Oh, that $10 one can't be that great. He's a discount hypnotist, okay? Oh, this guy charges 150. Oh, he's got to be good. He charges, and by going to him, you're going to have a better chance of quitting because you think he's the best. We put quality behind the dollar sign. So that's, I guess you could say, the mentality of payments. So to sum it up, do you want to give your talents away for free to those who really could care less and go broke in the process? Or do you want to help those who really want to be helped and make a great income doing it? That's the dilemma, okay? We all want to help the world. There's so many people out there in the world we can help. But the question is, does the entire world really want to be helped? Just because they're there, just because they have problems, doesn't mean that they want you to help them. And that's what a lot of us feel. We get into this field and we're going to help the world and do it for free and volunteer and kumbaya. But guess what? That's not how it works, because a lot of them could care less if you're helping them. So there are some that do. So this is how you target in on those that do and make an income at the same time. Because obviously, if you're having a hard time keeping your head above water while doing sessions, you're not going to be happy. You're going to be struggling, and it's going to show in the results of your work and your quality. However, if you're making a great income, you'll be happier, you'll be doing a better job, and you'll be able to help more people in the long run. And that will also show in your results. So that's my opinion on whether you should charge or not, or how much you should charge, and it gives you something more to think about. Now, if you have questions like this that you'd like to have answered about hypnosis or even starting a hypnosis practice, let me know in the comments below. I'd like to thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell, and have a great day. Bye-bye.